ladies!
Good morning!
Welcome! Come on board!
Yeah!
Look at Sabrina, like she's always been at the top, and now she just made one painting that was not as good as the other ones. So then that means that you're just out, and I think that really scares me.
Your next challenge will be to create a sketch from your memory of entering the cave.
I knew in my heart what it was that I needed to do.
I need to take it to the next step and add more meaning into it.
You might have to just totally reconstruct those.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going for it. This makes me emotional. I knew I was gonna cry with this one.
Wow, it's pretty interesting looking at them all in context to each other.
Congratulations, Tanya, for winning this challenge.
Thank you! Yeah!
I'm sorry, Melissa, you've been eliminated.
All right, artists, come on in. Look at these beautiful dresses.
They're so pretty. Wow. So taking the blue one.
So you are all standing next to an authentic replica of what Bouboulina herself wore. So as you'll remember, in episode 2, we went to Bouboulina's museum, and there was such an inspirational story there with a lot of power. And it's so fitting because every single one of you are such powerful women in your own right. And so today, we have an expedition for you where you'll be dressing up in these replica costumes. We have one that fits each of you, and it is gonna be so fun. We're gonna go down to a very special place. Anna is there waiting for us, along with another surprise that will be very inspirational for you, especially for the challenge, which you guys will find out about later on tonight.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Are you guys excited to dress up?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Okay. Cool.
I don't feel like I've shown everything that I can do yet. I feel like it's mostly been also kind of experimenting while I'm here. And it didn't always work out like how I wanted it to. So yeah, I still feel like I've got a lot to show.
Hello, everybody. Hi. You are stepping on holy grounds for Spetses Island. This is where everything started back at the revolution in 1821. The statue of the man behind you is Cosmas Barbatis. What made him triumphantly known to everyone was the Sea Battle of Spetses, where his courageous act to jump into a small boat, to enter the battle inside the fires, approach the queen ship of the Ottomans, and blow it up with only a torch. So you can imagine that this act actually gave victory to Greeks. The Ottomans retreated, and this is how we won. It's very important for us that you are here, and it's very important for us that you are wearing the national traditional costumes of Spetses. You look amazing. You've been to the Museum of Bouboulina already, so you know the main story of this remarkable woman. A woman who 200 years ago made every man follow her. So you can imagine how important this woman was and what difference she made to our cause and the struggle for freedom. Now let me introduce you the three people I have here. Stavroula Vlahu is the singer, Vangelis Ksestrinis is the bouzouki player, and Mr. Albert Baroni, who will always accompany Stavroula. Thank you very much, all of you.
I was really grateful to be a part of it and share it with the other girls too. I'm not a costume person, but that was super fun.
I love her voice. She totally gave me like these Bouboulina vibes with like her leading the song.
Πως ποτέ παλικάρια θα ζούμε στα στενά, μονάχοι σαν λιοντάρια στες ράχες στα βουνά. Πως ποτέ παλικάρια θα ζούμε στα στενά, μονάχοι σαν λιοντάρια. λιοντάρια στις ράχες στα βουνά. Καλύτερα μιας ώρας ελεύθερη ζωή παρά 40 χρόνους σκλαβιά και φυλακή. Παρά 40 χρόνους σκλαβιά και φυλακή.
I think it just makes you think about history and your place in history, sort of reflecting on all the people before us. It was cool. I liked it.
Να κάνουμε αδέρφια, πατρίδα και γονείς, τους φίλους, τα παιδιά μας κι όλους τους συγγενείς. Να κάνουμε αδέρφια, πατρίδα και γονείς, τους φίλους, τα παιδιά.
We were all standing like she would do and looking out over the sea, and there was the sunset and the music, and it was almost overwhelming, like it brought tears to my eyes, and I realized how strong she must have been, you know, and all she accomplished, the incredible courage she had, and it really moved me.
It was pretty epic, you know, the sun was setting, we're just looking out over this gorgeous sea, gorgeous blue waters. It was just like so empowering. You're just like, I see my future.
Wow, wasn't that incredible? That was just an amazing once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm so happy that Stavroula and the musicians were here to play some beautiful songs for you, some epic songs, and I hope that you'll take a lot of inspiration from that into this next challenge. And so now Ellie has some words of wisdom for you before I explain to you what the next challenge will be.
So as you know, in the previous challenge, you guys entered the cave and you faced the shadows in the flames, and you came out with a new level of freedom and a new level in your creativity and your artwork. And of course, as we were told, you are standing on the place where the revolution began and Greeks became free for the first time after 400 years of slavery. So of course, this is a real inspirational moment. And I personally believe, and I have definitely faced this in my own journey as an artist, I believe every outstanding artist should really understand and know their place in history. And your artwork will always be seen in context to the time that you were born in and what's happening in the world and the mentality of people and every obstacle, struggle that we face. And artists, as you know, are culture warriors that stand at the pinnacle of culture, and they drive culture forward, and they really are world changers. You guys are all world changers. And so I really want you, as you do this challenge, to dive deep into that notion, to dive deep into that idea that art can truly change the world. Your art can change the world. And be thinking of that as you create your paintings.
Wow, thank you, Ellie. That was very, very inspirational. And now it's time for you to find out what your next challenge will be. So, the 5 of you are wearing Bouboulina's traditional national costume because you will all be recreating the painting that you saw in the museum in episode 2 in your own style. You all shall channel your inner warrior as you create this painting, and we will see who will make it to the next round.
It's still just a very humbling experience. There's just so many great artists here, and they're all inspiring.
I'm super happy to be in the top 5.
Like, there's no way you can't grow. I've never been with like a group of people that have like believed in me so much.
So proud. It's good. It's like, feels almost done. Like, it feels possible now.
I really did surprise myself at what I'm capable of.
Well, here we are, artists. Challenge number 8. You will have 5 hours to complete your paintings. You have any materials that you want. Let's get to it. So your challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone is doing a horizontal landscape orientation except for Katrina. She's going for a portrait orientation. It could be an advantage, or it could be her downfall. We'll see.
I went to bed yesterday without a clue how I was gonna interpret it. I was just tired, I think.
Right out the bat, Jessie has some fluorescence.
This morning I was like, how am I gonna make this even cooler than just like my style? But this picture.
After being limited in the last challenge, trying to find something new within yourself, each of you is now free. However, this time, you all have the same source.
Honestly, I feel like I could actually paint anything after the last challenge with how What upsets me about the Bouboulina story is that I never heard of it in school. And it is a crazy, powerful story of this heroine. Why did I never hear about her?
We got toilet paper on a tripod, baby powder on the ground, blocking out ants.
I wasn't sure I had my place here and that I could do the challenge, and I feel like my confidence is better now, and I know I can paint anything.
So far, we have several different approaches. Tanya and Katrina sketching out, Bree wetting her canvas, Jessie just going for it, and Anna on the ground with some inks.
I'm just so grateful for each day that I get to be in this and a part of this and be here in Greece too.
There are advantages and disadvantages to painting on the shade.
Yeah, but I also have a son.
Yeah, there is a sun over there.
I like seeing how in all these challenges, everyone is
Adapting.
they're taking the subject matter and really making it their own thing.
You just have to recreate it your own style.
And it's really cool to see just these crazy ideas come to life.
It is inspiring to actually see in these limitations, in these difficult circumstances in a very short period of time, what they can come up with.
Every single one of you has a very different approach. Two of you haven't even put paint down. Haven't even put in.
I would love to quit my work in the bank because it's something that I don't really love. You have second thoughts. Is it my destiny? Is it what I need to do? Or I just take a wrong decision. I have faith in art, so I believe that one day it would be my reality.
I think everyone has their own journey, so I think that for every person, like, the thing that makes you special is like the whole journey that you took to get to the point where you are now.
Over these last few weeks, we've been filming and such, I have been overcoming so many more obstacles than I think I ever have in my entire life. And I think that my growth has been crazy, crazy amazing, honestly.
Just try to be the best for yourself and not look around and try to compare yourself with the others, because obviously everyone that's here now in the finals are amazing artists. And I realize that if I start looking around and then I get distracted and I start thinking, oh no, I need to make this better, and I kind of lose focus. So I really realized that focus is the key. I
think healthy competition is just wanting to be your best and letting other people's greatness sort of drive you into greatness and see, like, can I be great too? Can I keep up? Can I do better?
Today was weird, and Katrina is really a good painter. Like, don't get me wrong, but she's really quiet when she paints. And I was like, stop trying to talk with her. And she was like, okay, no. So yeah, people around me sure influence me.
Stay focused. Completely honest, I kind of just start praying, honestly. I really do. Especially in these speed challenges, I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna do next? And I just kind of pray and just talk, and then like focus on like what it is that I'm trying to achieve at the end. So that's the only thing I try to look forward into is like, what is my main goal?
A lot of what they were painting was flat out made up out of their head. And they're doing it on the beach, in the sun, in extreme circumstances. They don't have all their materials. There's bugs, there's ants, they're hungry. I mean, it is pretty rigorous, and I think that all of that plays into it.
It definitely surprised me, the assignments and like the challenges themselves. Like I didn't know exactly what to expect. But on the other side, I also thought or hoped that I would like stay in the competition a little bit longer.
Usually I stand back a lot and look. Like I'll do a few strokes and then I'll go back and look and then decide what I'm going to do. Well, I just had to kind of cut all that out because I realised that just takes way too much time for something like this.
Okay, artists, we are just over halfway through this challenge, and now we have a midway critique from DJ Freezy J, John Milan.
So first of all, Anna, how are you feeling about the color story behind the subject?
Well, I wanted to do a really beautiful background, and so I went with inks, and inks do take a little bit longer to dry. So I would say like I got like a little bit nervous for a minute, but I feel like I'm back on track. I'm overall pretty like fast painter, and now I'm gonna really just focus on like my brush strokes and my color story. So like my entire vibe here is very whimsical, breaking through the clouds towards the light.
How do you feel about the size of the boat in comparison with the interpretation, or how many figures you will incorporate?
I did feel good about it. Do you think?
It is still up to you of how you want to interpret this painting into your own painting, but the figure does seem a little large for the amount of people that are in the boat.
Okay. So I mean, I did consider maybe making her just a little bit smaller. So maybe if I make her just a bit smaller and then just scale the boat maybe back. I might move a couple things around, but I just wanted to make sure I want to keep her in my focal point and everything. So, okay, that's good advice though, scale-wise.
Have you taken a look around?
I've looked a little bit, but otherwise I like to keep my eyes on my own painting as much as possible.
Yes, yes.
I feel like women we're making a really big, powerful move in the art industry, and I feel like Bouboulina makes a huge, powerful statement within history, and my piece is really about sort of reaching into the clouds and following that light.
All right, Jessie.
Yes.
It looks like you have a very good story coming together here. You're very far along, and the personal style, taste levels are flying around beautifully. The layers are very interesting. Are you happy with the amount of time you have left?
I mean, in a perfect world, I would probably want a little bit more, but I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think I'll do oils for the last like hour and a half.
It will really give the extra push, and it is very much standing out, very loud. I would just suggest maybe after the brightness, sometimes getting some staining in and back and forth. It's something I love to do.
Okay, yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
What was my favorite challenge? It's been a whirlwind, like literally just like painting every single day a new challenge. Okay, no, I like the fear one because that was a big breakthrough for me.
Hello, Bree.
Hi, Freezy.
I can see a lot of emotion put into this piece here. Are you happy with it so far?
Yeah, just trying to move along. Just, I guess, trying to, I don't know, make her look somewhat realistic in a way out of my head. Just trying to get proportions right on her.
Will you add other figures?
I was thinking honestly of adding like some different like butterflies, maybe coming up to be like other figures to her to represent like the freedom that she's gonna be like pursuing.
I would just say, using your time wisely, getting the figures or no figures, getting the atmosphere just right, using your personal style, and sometimes stepping back, looking at everything, getting a perspective and jumping back in helps.
Okay.
I would say, in order to improve it, I would want, beyond the figure in the center, to have more figures added. A reference to it doesn't have to be a complete figure. It can be a kind of sketched in one with a highlight or something wild that will go with the beautiful abstract background. If you are going to do oils, I would say make sure to use your time and use drying agents. Whatever you have, anything at all to get the oil to dry.
Okay. I just put high expectations on myself, I think. Whether I am like dancing or painting or doing my other art forms that I do, you just start envisioning and seeing things through a different perspective.
Hey, Tanya, all right. How you feeling about it so far?
I'm at the point that if I could, I would throw it in the ocean.
Whoa.
Wow. Well, yeah. But that's okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, we got ups and downs in life. We just go with the flow. We got a boat, we got oars, we got people. Okay, so with this scene, you've got all the important information in. You've got your collage, you've got your look, special look. Now it's time to tighten it up. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, you've been loose, very loose. Now tighten it up. I would say if you're about to get into oils, I would still do a little more acrylic, getting in the highlights on those figures and shading under. But they're looking really fun, really interesting.
Okay.
So, but other than giving opinions, it's more just a little helpful hint here and there in the scene. What I would recommend is to figure out how this boat is going to look in the space the best it can.
Yeah.
Maybe an addition of waves, maybe something in the storm, in the fun, abstract way that the boat is there and you know it's an ocean. So that's one thing that the others are doing. Sometimes stepping back, taking a look around, and coming right back to it with fresh eyes.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a closet full of back painting. And it's okay, you know? It's just here, we cannot have bad days.
Katrina, going for it big time, right here. We have got super dynamic emotions, highlights, shadows, darks, stormy seas. You have put so much into this. Is there anything that I can help you with?
I was wondering if I should just like really darken it on the top right and the bottom left.
Yes, not too much, but just get that balance in. You're still in acrylics?
Yeah. I was going to do that with glazes of oil.
You've gone so far with the acrylics. If you get a little oil in there, you're going to see things come to life. I would use liquid. I would use some form to brighten with the oils for the highlights.
Yeah.
But also getting the staining in, having them fade in, very important figures, but still there. I think having some of the guys showing is good. I would get their faces. When it comes to tiny faces, people love to study and get further in.
Close up, yeah.
So tiny brushwork if you can with some time.
Okay, and is the top left just too bright, or?
I wouldn't say it's too much of that. When you add the oils, it will tone down a little. There's no escaping that. So having the electric glow that you love to add is a personal touch, which it's recommended in this challenge. So what I would say is to keep that sword, the armor, the waves, the splashing, all the little details. When you're staining, get those in, and I think it's very interesting. Do you feel confident about it?
Yeah, I do. I can't wait to add the oils because I think it'll really like start bringing it all together.
Cool. Keep up the good work.
As we go forward and as I gain courage in each challenge, like for example, in the last challenge, I did the portrait without a source. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have been able to do the profile today without a source. And I didn't even think twice about it. I just went for it. That gave me that extra strength. Each challenge, I bring something from that challenge into the next, and it makes me feel stronger. So even if the challenges are more difficult, I do feel more and more prepared as I go forward.
All right, artists, you have less than 3 minutes remaining in this challenge. It is time to get those last final brush strokes, final details in. Because as you know, every single brush stroke counts. Could count for you or against you. This is the time to really put your heart into it. Well, hopefully you were doing that throughout the challenge. Bree forgot to put her heart in hers. It's not too late. 5 of you remain in this challenge, but only 4 will after the elimination tonight. Which artist will it be? We'll find out in a few short hours. But keep your mind focused, because every single one of you is doing an amazing job. Because you only have 1 minute remaining. I see unfinished tiny faces. You'll never know if I'm looking at you or not. Some of you have done an amazing job today. I really love some of these. Let's take a look at the time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down. And hands and everything. It's time to take a step back if you haven't already and admire the creation that just came out of you.
Who's most likely to lead a naval battle? Oh, Bree, for sure.
5 artists, 1 source, 5 very different paintings.
Maybe Tanya. Yeah. She can be feisty.
Congratulations, everyone, on finishing the 5th challenge.
Jessie has good leadership, and she has a positive attitude all the time. Yeah, I think she would be really good.
I think you all did amazing, though.
This is so cool.
I believe I am.
I have no clue how this is going to turn out.
Wow. Really
they
powerful.
They are looking fantastic.
collaged something in there.
Yeah, I like how
With the
she
Greek,
has
yeah.
Greek writing.
I don't know. I still want to throw it in the ocean. Honestly. I think it's my worst painting. Yeah, I'm not proud of that one.
I feel like the boat definitely doesn't stand out that much, and it definitely has a little bit of a lack of refinement and kind of clunkiness and cartooniness, and then I don't like how all their heads are at the exact same.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a bit dark.
This show is a competition with high stakes. The artists could have pushed themselves a little further.
I got just lost in the composition and the tiny faces and I don't know, I was too much in my head today and I think that's bad.
This is another one that I think is, you know, on the weaker end of things.
To me, it looks like she just was unfinished with it. Like there's a lot, if she had another hour or so, she could put more detail, but all this to me is like lacking detail, in my opinion.
Like she is much more refined, and all of the people around her, like I left them unfinished on purpose. I left all of the faces kind of unfinished and as if that they're just like there.
I'm a little surprised, like you're saying. Like they had 5 hours. They could have, I mean, other challenges with larger paintings, they did it faster and had detail. So I am wondering about that.
It definitely also has, you know, some power and emotion to it that I like.
I do believe I'm gonna make it to the end. In fact, I am gonna make it to the end. And I never believed in myself more.
To give them a lot of credit for what is there, it's a very close one. And
I really like how Brie interpreted this in her own style.
I was actually pretty happy with how it came out. I felt like I got my proportions out relatively okay.
it's just one figure in
You
the
think
center.
she should have put a little more in it, some people in the boat?
Quite in the center.
Yeah, because it is about leadership, and you don't get that sense that she's leading others. Everybody else managed to put more people in the boat.
She chose not to. I spoke with her, but she...
Is it the best out of everybody else? No, I don't think so. I think I could be eliminated or potentially just in the bottom.
I love so many things about this.
Yeah, me too. I think it's really successful and super quirky, and I love the flag with the butterflies coming off of it. I love the optical illusion here and this feeling like a flag, and how she put them all in spacesuits and...
Highly unusual gray open space.
They're cool little astronauts, and the reference was just enough information on lighting for me to do like a good job. Doing like a lot of different little things in 4 or 5 hours and no projector, you know, it just made me realize what I can do and how I could push myself.
I think it's super original, definitely her style, super quirky. The only thing I would say is I would love for Bouboulina to be a little bit more pronounced and a little more obvious as to it being her. You know, if she was pointing or, you know, just a little bit bigger and more of a presence.
Katrina's is also really close with, you know, my top favorite. It's really amazing she did this too without a source. I mean, they all looked at the same source and you can see all the variety and how they interpreted it. I think the only thing with Katrina's painting is it kind of reminds me of like maybe a movie scene or something. There's just like this giant woman and then tiny people, and it's hard to understand like what's actually happening.
I really wanted to portray that moment right before you go into battle or right before you go into a challenge and you just sort of pause and gather strength. So I wanted to portray that moment that I know she had also right before she went into battle.
Well, I've pretty much made my decision, so.
I have too.
I have also.
Of course, if they were in a very comfortable situation with lots of time and no pressure and lots of source material, the best materials, I think they would all be able to put those details in. But I do think that in this competition, they are competing against each other, and we see 3 artists that did manage to do it and 2 that, you know, maybe didn't.
Fell short.
So that's how we know maybe who needs to be eliminated and who can move on.
All right, artists, come on in. Well, before we get started, I want to commend all of you on making it this far. There has been some super intense competition this entire season, full of incredible artists, and every single one of you deserves to be here tonight. And unfortunately, though, one of you will be eliminated tonight, and we'll be sad to see you go. Before we get started with the elimination, the judges have a few words for you.
I was personally very impressed by all of you using just the same source at the scene of Bouboulina on the boat, and how you all interpreted that in your own style was just incredible to see just how you guys translate this challenge.
Kind of a big epiphany in the last episode, and it's something that I'm going to be thinking about more. And I think it's more just like embracing, I don't know, just like a new side of me that I kind of want to find in my art that isn't there yet. I don't think I got to really develop it in this because it wasn't necessarily like a soft piece. It was like a battleship.
Bouboulina is a funny name, and we all know it.
Oh my gosh.
That's true.
A dancer is also an artist, and then it captured me when Ellie said, like create a painting where like it will change the world. And the kind of message is like, artists can change the world, people can change the world.
Bouboulina is a great metaphor for artists in general. Like, we deserve to be heard, we deserve to be seen, and our voices are important, and her voice is important.
She's an important historical figure, and I wonder how many people have painted this scene.
A lot of people do come to me for advice, do look up to me, and I know that I have the qualities of a leader. I just don't believe in myself enough.
You guys really embraced this challenge. It definitely was a difficult one. I don't think the average person out there understands how difficult it is in 5 hours to be able to take an already existing piece of artwork, reinvent it in your own style, get all those figures in there under pressure. You know, you don't want to lose at this point. There's a lot of competition among you. You guys know the people next to you really know what they're doing, and we saw your styles coming through as you reinvented this historical piece, and we're all really proud of you.
My idea in the first place was bad, I think, and I should have changed, but I didn't, and I went for it, but yeah, so this is it.
It's time to find out who will be eliminated from the competition. So first, can we have Jesse and Katrina step forward? Congratulations to both of you. You are both safe. You created amazing pieces, very impressive in the amount of time that you had and the circumstances that you had. And extra special congratulations to Jesse. You got first place in this challenge.
I was sort of starting to feel like, okay, my art is good, but it's just not like enough. Like I was starting to feel this like I'm never enough to be number one. Like number one's always more refined, and I'm just not that. And so I think that was kind of getting in my head. And so I feel proud that like I can, like it gave me that faith to maybe win.
Your first.
My first. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're dismissed. Next, Bree, please step forward. Bree, your painting was spectacular and full of emotion. We love the colors, and congratulations, you're safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna, Tanya, please step forward.
Putting the roommates up against each other.
Tanya, Anna, I'm very sorry to say that one of you will be going home. Both of you created amazing pieces. Both of you have done so much amazing work in this competition so far. But unfortunately, Anna, I'm sorry, your time has come to an end.
think for like the first time, I don't really have words. I'm really sad. I just started feeling like I was gonna be able to go all the way. And I'm still really proud.
Tanya, congratulations, you're safe. I'm really sorry, Anna. We really love you, but it's time for you to go.
I'm really proud of the work I've put in. I'm proud of the work I've done. I'm proud of my paintings. I'm proud of myself.
Bree, Katrina, Jesse, Tanya, congratulations. It's always hard to say congratulations after someone's been eliminated, but you've made it to the 9th challenge. And in this next episode, we have something very special awaiting you. There will be an amazing reward for you for making it this far. And as always, there will be a tough challenge awaiting you as well. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Anna, you're an amazing artist. I'm really sorry to see you go, but we will have you compete in the Redemption Challenge and you'll have another shot. Please hand in your overalls. It's time to go. This is the Outstanding Artist. A toast to the artist. Cheers. So at some point in every artist's life, they have to step into the role of being an influencer of culture. I feel like destiny-wise, you all got exactly what you were supposed to get.
I knew I was gonna get that one.
We're almost there. This is the final stretch.
Oh, it's getting to the end.
I will definitely miss this sisterhood. I don't know all they're gonna choose because I feel like every painting is great, but...
When you do end up with really close paintings, those little scores will make a huge difference.
What?